Brock Lesnar's WWE controversy might just blow over. The best and worst of WWE Raw. WWE pipes in fake Goldberg chants on Raw. WWE may have written Jey Uso off TV. There were issues with Becky Lynch's segment on Raw. WWE is already planning a heel turn for Blake Monroe. Paul Heyman reveals the name of Seth Rollins' faction. Bron Breakker is already set to betray Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns is coming back to WWE at Saturday night's main event. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE Raw. WWE's Monday Night Raw delivered a wild mix of epic moments and some misses. The show packed in huge matches and segments, with some shining bright and others falling flat. As the final Raw before Saturday night's main event and Evolution, much of the night focused on building those shows, but it had its own highlights too. Not everything clicked though. Some parts didn't land well or could cause problems later, making the show less fun. Now that Raw's done, here are the best and worst moments of the night. Number 1. The worst. Sami Zayn knocked out for who knows how long. Sami Zayn had a brutal night on Raw. Already banged up from Karrion Kross's attack last week, the underdog from the underground got jumped again by Kross in the aisle, who smashed him with a pipe. Still, Sami fought through refs and officials to face Bron Breakker. Despite a few flashes of fight, Breakker crushed the former Intercontinental Champion with a storm of spears. Paul Heyman later revealed Sami's out indefinitely due to the vicious attacks from Breakker and Kross. Unless he's actually hurt, this is a major bummer. Sami's one of the best wrestlers around, and taking him off Raw hurts the show now, even if it builds a great story later. Number 2. The best. Goldberg smashes Gunther's hype on Raw. Gunther's ready to take on Goldberg at Saturday night's main event in what's said to be his last match. To set the stage, Gunther ripped into the Hall of Famer during a promo, but Goldberg stole the spotlight. He pulled up in a slick sports car, hit the ring, and the crowd lost it. Things got intense fast. Goldberg floored the ring general with one punch and teased a spear. Some might think this flopped, but it was awesome. The fans were all in, making it a huge moment. With Gunther likely winning Saturday, this was a perfect way to heat things up. Number 3. The best and worst. Seth's squad rules, but one guy missed the mark. Seth Rollins' stable ran roughshod over Raw, and it was mostly great. Bron Breakker obliterated Sami Zayn. Seth beat Penta in the main event, and Bronson Reed laid out Jey Uso, possibly injuring him. After Sami's beatdown, Jey was the second Bloodline member targeted, but Jey's match with Bronson Reed came up short. Bronson, the biggest guy in Seth's crew, should feel like a wrecking ball. Instead, he got disqualified and then attacked Jey, which might have hurt the Yeet Man. The assault was solid, but Bronson not getting a clean win was a slight hiccup in a great match. Number 4. The best. Kabuki Warriors reunite in style. Roxanne Perez and Kairi Sane battled it out on Raw. The match started a bit rough, but turned into a thrilling fight, with Kairi snagging the win via a clever backslide. After the match, Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez ganged up on the Pirate Princess, but Asuka rushed in to save the day. She took out both attackers, reuniting the Kabuki Warriors. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce then added both stars to the Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match at Evolution. The Kabuki Warriors are one of the best teams ever in the women's tag division, with killer chemistry and top-tier performances. This move makes the match stronger and turns Evolution into a must-watch event. WWE pipes in fake Goldberg chants on Raw. The July 7th episode of Raw, held at the Amica Mutual Pavilion in Providence, Rhode Island, went all out to build hype for this weekend's big shows, including Gunther's clash with Goldberg. The Ring General will defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Goldberg at Saturday night's main event. In Providence, Gunther kicked things off with a quick promo, but the mood shifted when Goldberg rolled in. He arrived backstage in a car, and loud Goldberg chants filled the arena, except no one shown on screen was chanting. It was clear WWE piped in the chants, something they've done before. Saturday night's main event is set for July 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, billed as Goldberg's final match. Gunther's ready to make it a tough night for him. It'll be interesting to see how the crowd reacts at the event, but WWE might have more fake chants ready just in case. What do you think about WWE using piped-in Goldberg chants on Raw? Drop your thoughts in the comments. WWE may have written Jey Uso off TV. Jey Uso has been fighting to bounce back since losing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther. After the latest Raw, it looks like the Yeet Master might be off TV for a while. Seth Rollins and his heel faction ran the show, with all 3 members picking up big wins in singles matches. Bron Breakker took on Sami Zayn in a grueling fight, and Paul Heyman later announced the former Intercontinental Champion is injured and out indefinitely. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed faced Jey Uso on Raw. The match ended in chaos when Reed smashed a chair into the Yeet Master's face, causing a disqualification win for Uso. But Reed kept going, crushing Jey with 3 massive tsunamis, leaving him down and out. This brutal attack attack might be WWE's way of writing Jey Uso off television. The Yeet Master has been a tireless fan favorite, wrestling almost every week on Raw, premium live events, and house shows since last year. He could return around SummerSlam 2025, possibly joining the Bloodline saga alongside Jacob Fatu and his twin brother, former tag team champion Jimmy Uso, to take on the new WWE United States champion Solo Sikoa and his heel Bloodline crew, Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga, and JC Mateo, on SmackDown. But this is just speculation, with no official word yet. Jey shocked everyone by winning the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble, outlasting John Cena in the final moments to earn a title shot at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. He beat Gunther to claim the World Heavyweight Championship, his first singles title, but his reign lasted just 51 days before the Ring General took it back. On Busted Open Radio, former ECW star Tommy Dreamer spoke about Jey's momentum after losing the title. Jey Uso's been lost in this mix, and his reaction in Pittsburgh, June 30th episode of Raw was one of the loudest I've ever heard. And I don't see new merch for him, and I'm like, do not drop this ball with Jey, because WWE for years, and pro wrestling for years, but especially the WWE, is fueled by babyfaces and merchandise. With so much excitement around him, it'll be intriguing to see what WWE has in store for the former champion in the coming weeks. Whether he'll chase the title again, confront Seth Rollins' faction, or dive into the Bloodline saga, the Yeet Master has plenty of roads to travel in the months ahead. There were issues with Becky Lynch's segment on Raw. Becky Lynch is one of WWE's biggest stars, holding the Women's Intercontinental Championship and locked in a heated feud with Bayley and former champ Lyra Valkyria. But their segment on the latest Raw, setting up their triple threat match at Evolution on Sunday, didn't hit the mark for everyone. The three traded sharp words in a fiery promo battle, with Valkyria coming out on top. On Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge's Legion of Raw, inside sources took a jab at the segment, sarcastically tearing it apart and questioning how the in-ring action could ever top it. I was watching this and my mouth was agape sick. And I'm like, how? I always preach, be in the scene, be in the moment. And I'm like, my God, the level of these three women making me believe everything they're saying is true. Like, oh my God, professional wrestling is real. These girls really don't like each other. I can't imagine what's going to happen when they get in this triple threat match. I don't know how this in-ring ever gets topped from this moment on, inside sources said. The feud between Becky, Bayley, and Valkyria has been simmering since WrestleMania. The man made her comeback at the show of shows, teaming with Valkyria, only to stab her in the back on the Raw after. Lynch admitted she injured Bayley to steal her spot, sparking a fierce rivalry among the three that's led to this big showdown. WWE is already planning a heel turn for Blake Monroe. Blake Monroe hasn't even stepped into the ring for her first televised WWE match, but the company is already cooking up a big twist for her character. Formerly Mariah May in AEW, Monroe debuted on NXT last month to a huge wave of excitement. After shining at an NXT live event, she's set to make her official in-ring TV debut at the Great American Bash, teaming with NXT Women's Champion Jordynne Grace against Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley. Right now, Monroe's playing the good guy, but inside sources at Fightful Select say WWE's planning a darker path. They report that a heel run for Blake Monroe on NXT has already been discussed and is being considered for the near future, though no specific date was shared. WWE seems to have big plans for Monroe on the black and gold brand, and her current fan favorite role might just be the starting point. Those expecting a cheerful newcomer could be in for a shock as she turns ruthless soon. NXT is where stars are molded and transformed, and Monroe is clearly a key focus. Whether fans end up cheering or jeering, she's set to stand out. Are you excited for Blake Monroe to go heel? Does she seem like a better fit as a villain or a hero? Share your thoughts in the comments. Paul Heyman reveals the name of Seth Rollins' faction. Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed have been tearing through WWE for months, and now their group has a name. On Raw, Heyman called them the Empire, seemingly locking in the title for the faction. It all started at WrestleMania 41 when Heyman turned on CM Punk and Roman Reigns to side with the Visionary. Soon after, Breakker and Reed joined, forming WWE's most unstoppable group. They proved it again on Raw, with Breakker crushing Sami Zayn, Reed flattening Jey Uso, and Rollins taking down Penta in the main event. During the show's opening promo, Heyman referred to the group as the Empire, nodding to The Empire Strikes Back, and used the name multiple times, hinting it's here to stay. Rollins gets a chance to flex his power at Saturday night's main event on July 12th, facing LA Knight. The two have been at odds since the Empire cost Knight the Money in the Bank briefcase. LA Knight struck back on Raw, jumping Rollins after his match with Penta and slipping away through the crowd before the Empire could retaliate. Heyman and Rollins also took shots at Roman Reigns during the opening promo, sparking talk that that the OTC might return for revenge at Saturday night's main event. Reigns hasn't been seen since the Raw after WrestleMania, where Rollins and Breakker attacked him, but he's expected back soon to compete at SummerSlam. Bron Breakker is already set to betray Seth Rollins. WWE's faction drama is heating up, and the newest alliance under Paul Heyman is already on shaky ground. Heyman's group, dubbed the Empire, with Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed, has been shaking things up on Raw and SmackDown since forming earlier this year. But whispers from backstage hint at a massive twist coming. WWE loves its faction battles, and with Triple H steering the ship, the chaos is only getting bigger. Heyman, who's led legendary groups like the Dangerous Alliance and the Bloodline, jumped into the spotlight again after betraying Roman Reigns to side with CM Punk, only to stab Punk in the back and form this new heel stable. According to Bodyslam.net's Viper, inside sources say WWE's creative team is already planning a bombshell. Bron Breakker will turn on Seth Rollins. The report notes the betrayal won't happen right away, but the groundwork is being laid now. Fans are left watching closely, waiting for the Empire to crack from within. This is pure WWE. No alliance stays solid forever, and a backstab is always looming. Heyman's crew looks unstoppable today, but with Breakker eyeing his moment and the writers pulling the strings, it's just a matter of time before it all falls apart. Do you think Bron Breakker betraying Seth Rollins is a smart move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Roman Reigns is coming back to WWE at Saturday night's main event. The WWE Universe is on edge, waiting for Roman Reigns to storm back into action. The OTC hasn't been seen on TV since the Raw after WrestleMania 41, where Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker laid him out. Since then, the head of the table has been absent from WWE. But as Saturday night's main event approaches, strong clues point to the original tribal chief making his comeback at the NBC special. Here are 3 signs that Reigns is set to return at SNME. First, his name keeps coming up on Raw almost every week. Paul Heyman, never one to hold back, has been taking shots at the former undisputed WWE champion. On this week's Raw, the Wiseman mocked Reigns, saying he doesn't have the guts to return and face Seth Rollins' ruthless faction. This constant name-dropping feels like a clear hint that the OTC is gearing up for a comeback at Saturday night's main event. Second, Jey Uso's role in the feud with Rollins' group adds fuel to the fire. On Raw, the Yeet Master went head-to-head with Bronson Reed, only to get crushed by the tsunami and taken out. Jey's involvement as an OG Bloodline member seems like another signal that Reigns could return at SNME. Reigns might show up to stand tall against Seth's crew, possibly reuniting with Jey to bring back the OG Bloodline. The babyface squad on Raw is already struggling. Sami Zayn, part of the heroic team, got destroyed by Bron Breakker on the latest Raw, leading Paul Heyman to reveal that Zayn is injured and off TV for who knows how long. This leaves the good guys outnumbered against the Visionaries' dominant faction. The only way to even the odds is for Roman Reigns to make his WWE return and join the babyfaces. Sami's injury right before SNME is the 3rd sign pointing to the OTC's comeback on July 12, 2025. Brock Lesnar's WWE controversy might just blow over. Brock Lesnar's future in WWE has been a major talking point this year, and one wrestling veteran thinks the controversy around him could eventually die down, depending on what happens next. Lesnar's been off TV due to serious legal issues tied to his name. On a recent episode of Inside the Ropes, Eugene spoke about Lesnar's situation after the host called it a tough spot for WWE. Eugene compared it to past scandals like Hulk Hogan's, suggesting that time might let fans move past it unless worse details come to light. Obviously, right now, it's kind of a tough spot because he's kind of being ostracized at the moment. I think it depends if anything else comes out. If that is all that comes out and that's all that happened, then I don't think so. I think it could probably be forgotten, much like, I hate to say, Hulkster had a little incident in the past that I think after time people just might remember but kind of not ostracize him for it. Eugene added that the situation hinges on whether new information surfaces. And I think if what Brock's done, which I don't think the text message or whatever it was that horrible, but if there's anything more, then it might get dirty, might get messy. The bigger picture is messier. Lesnar's name is tangled in the Janelle Grant lawsuit against Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE, which shook the company earlier this year and sparked major internal changes. The lawsuit claims Grant was ordered to send explicit content to Lesnar at McMahon's request. While Lesnar isn't being sued or formally accused, the connection led to WWE scrapping a planned WrestleMania storyline with Gunther. Inside sources told Ringside News that Lesnar won't return to TV until the lawsuit is settled. With both sides digging in for a long legal fight, the Beast Incarnate's comeback seems far off. Should WWE keep Lesnar sidelined until the legal mess clears, or do you want him back in the ring no matter what?